the work of loving our neighbors while still keeping an eye on that North Star, the world that Raven described, where all of us thrive. This is work that's going to continue across our lifetimes. We will do it. We will do it together. The work that each of you are doing every day to build communities that are bending toward justice for people of all genders, all races, from all homes. That brave work gives all of us courage. This night is about celebrating and recognizing you and the Virginia that you make possible. And I want to begin by celebrating and recognizing our newest lifetime members. We didn't do any special recruitment in 2020 to find new lifetime members. Our time and energy was necessarily focused on the tremendous needs of our member agencies. Even so, there were individuals who found their way to us and chose to make that substantial and activist commitment to both our present Action Alliance work and our future work. And for that, we are very grateful. Lifetime members make a $1,000 gift to the Action Alliance and become part of a group that we call on regularly as thought partners and as activists. Lifetime members receive a gift of one of these pens that I am wearing, designed and created by one of our very first lifetime members, Sushila Varkey, who I know is here on the call because she chatted me hello, but I can't see everyone right now. So I'm so glad you're here, Sushila, and continue to wear this with lots of love. There are many, many lifetime members here tonight. I thank you for keeping us strong, and I invite all of you who are not already lifetime members to become one. You can find information on our website, and we've just dropped a link in the chat if you want to follow that link. So let's give a big virtual shout out. One thing that is different about doing this is it's a little hard to do the applause, right? But we've got ways. Let's give a shout out and some appreciation to our two new lifetime members who are here with us tonight, both of whom are longtime members and advocates for a just and peaceful world. Becky Waybright, you out there?
I'm here, yes.
Yay. Oh, yay. And wearing your necklace. Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to the lifetime members. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And Eric Garrison, are you here? I think I saw your name.
I'm here.
Yay, Eric.
Thank you so much. This is gorgeous. I'm going to wear this with pride.
Yay. Thanks so much. And thanks for all that you do, particularly with all the campus work. It's amazing. Much appreciated. Yay. So thank you, lifetime members, and everybody else. Don't hesitate to become part of the group. And now I'm honored to welcome a very special guest and an outspoken policy champion on behalf of sexual and domestic violence survivors in Virginia. Mark Herring became the 48th Attorney General of Virginia in 2014. He was our first legislative champion for prevention. As a senator in the General Assembly, sponsoring the bill that established the Building Healthy Futures Fund, a private fund which was launched through proceeds from the Peace Begins at Home license plate. And if you don't yet have a Peace Begins at Home license plate, it's time to get one. Proceeds benefit prevention work all across the state. As Attorney General, he and his staff have worked tirelessly to keep Virginia families safe in their communities and neighborhoods, to promote justice and equality, and to build opportunity for all Virginians. His ongoing partnership with advocates has helped to transform the way we prevent and respond to sexual and domestic violence. Just a few examples. His office led a $3.4 million project to eliminate the Commonwealth's backlog of more than 3,000 untested rape kits. This initiative also included the development of a new system for tracking those physical evidence recovery kits at the Department of Forensic Science, and ongoing training and collaboration with localities so that they could strengthen their sexual assault response teams and promote trauma-informed investigations and prosecutions. He chaired Governor McAuliffe's task force on combating campus sexual violence, which led to numerous improvements in campus responses all across Virginia. He has promoted and implemented lethality assessment as an evidence-based homicide reduction strategy in intimate partner violence cases. Lethality assessment is something General Herring also championed back in his days as a Virginia State Senator. And under his leadership and with the support of partner agencies like DCJS and the Action Alliance, nearly 50 localities have implemented lethality assessment programs and are receiving ongoing training and technical assistance from the Office of the Attorney General and the partners who are part of the state team. Just as importantly, Attorney General Herring has stood up for all people in Virginia, fighting hate crimes and white supremacy, promoting marriage equality, protecting dreamers, removing Confederate monuments. He and his office are advocates for justice and equality, and we're thrilled to have him join us. Welcome, Attorney General Herring.
Well, thank you so much, Christy, for the kind introduction. It is so good to see you and so good to see everybody else in the room. I wanted to just first start off by thanking the Action Alliance for everything that you do and all your hard work and dedication to ending sexual and intimate partner violence. You know, the work you do is crucial every day, but especially right now during this pandemic, when sadly we've seen the number of domestic violence incidents climb because folks are staying at home. And sadly, for too many, home is not necessarily always a safe place. You know, though, Virginia has come a long way over the past few years in how we prevent and respond to sexual and domestic violence. And I'm really incredibly proud that some of my work has helped with that transformation. And it has really been an honor to work alongside each and every one of you on all of these important matters. Each day, the Action Alliance gathers with membership, each year at this time, the Action Alliance gathers with membership, policy leaders, advocates, change makers, to reflect on what has already been accomplished, as well as to prepare for the work that is still ahead of us. But this is also a time that we come together to honor leaders and community members who have been dedicated to bringing about really important change to end sexual and domestic violence. And these are the people and the groups who have gone above and beyond to support the development of safe, healthy, and thriving communities all across Virginia. And this year, the Action Alliance is honoring one of our good friends, Delegate Charnel Herring, with the Hope Award. Delegate Herring has been a huge ally for the domestic and violence prevention community. This year, she carried and successfully passed House Bill 1015 that establishes the first ever Sexual and Domestic Violence Prevention Fund in Virginia. She also worked very closely with her colleagues to ensure that the General Assembly invested $1.5 million over the biennium to community-based prevention efforts, making Virginia one of only a handful of states who have allocated state funds to these kinds of initiatives. Unfortunately, this funding had to be put on hold for a while because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the unforeseen impact that it has had on our state budget. But hopefully, 2021 will see more crucial investments in preventing sexual and domestic violence, and we hope that that time comes soon. In addition to her critical voice on behalf of sexual and domestic violence advocates, Delegate Herring has also served as a member of the Virginia Legislative Black Caucus and been instrumental in the ongoing development of policy platforms and strategies to advance racial justice, housing, criminal justice reform, and so much more. And in her roles as House Majority Leader and Chair of House Courts of Justice, she has routinely recognized the unique opportunity that legislators have to craft policies that can effectively respond to and prevent violence against Black and Brown Virginians. And I am really thrilled to be able to help honor my good friend, Delegate Herring, today for all of her hard work and dedication to making Virginia safer and a more fair and just place. And before I close, I just wanted to say a couple of things as well on a personal level. Delegate Herring and I share a lot of things in common. And whenever I say that, people go, oh yeah, you share the same last name. Are you all related? No relation that we know of, but we also share a birthday. Of course, she's a lot younger than I am, but we share a birthday. And we also share a common calling. And that is that a calling to use our experience and our knowledge, to use our skills, to use the platforms that we have with the jobs and the tools that we have with the jobs that we have to help others who are in need, to help lift up and protect those who are vulnerable. And I think that's a calling that not just she and I share, but I think everyone who is in this virtual room shares with each other. And so, Charnel, thank you for all that you do to support survivors and for your efforts to help prevent sexual and intimate partner violence before it ever happens. And congratulations and thank you for all of your hard work. And I look forward to continuing our work together in the months and years ahead.
Thank you so much, Mark. And I would thank you for giving me, presenting me with this award. I just want everyone to see this. It is absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm figuring a place to put it here in my office since the house will be virtual. And, you know, I think there is some blank space over here behind me. So it just may find itself there. And Mark, I have to say to you, Christy already mentioned it, but that lethality assessment protocol that you have, I don't know if many people know that your office actually trained people across the Commonwealth in localities on utilizing that assessment protocol. And, you know, and it's not known how many lives are saved by that, but I'm sure there are many. And I, of course, want to also thank you, Christy already mentioned it, but to get rid of that backlog of rape kits in the Commonwealth, it was a significant backlog. And over 5 years, your office has been diligent. And just this past summer, the backlog has been eliminated. So thank you for that as well. And I'm glad to have this opportunity just to say a few brief words to the Action Alliance. I thank you for being an excellent partner as we work to establish the Virginia Sexual and Domestic Violence Prevention Fund. It's often said that prevention is key, and it's certainly very true when we talk about acts of violence. I'm proud that this fund focuses on education, building healthy relationships, social and emotional development, and counteracting the factors that contribute to violence. I realize that this award is intended for those who have taken extraordinary action, and I'm humbled by it. But I will have to say to the Action Alliance, you are the ones who have taken extraordinary action. I actually worked when you were called, you had a different name, but I had worked with this organization for a while before I was even elected. In 2005, we actually partnered and did a study together, and it ended up in an attorney general's report regarding subpoena of counselors who are in victim witnesses offices in the Commonwealth. It is the Action Alliance that arranged lobby days, and I remember going to a lobby day, and we first would meet in the basement of a church. Then it was the YWCA, and I have been working with you all for many years. And so it is you all who are extraordinary, and your members and your lifetime members, thank you for your support. Because violence not only affects those who are physically involved, but violence also impacts the lives of children who are witnesses to some events. It's hard to go to school and study, not knowing if you go home, there will be beatings and more violence. It is an impact that affects children in measures. We have studies, but sometimes it's immeasurable, the impacts that it has. And that's why this prevention fund to me was so important, because we can actually stop the cycle of violence. Children see violence, they learn violence, but teaching healthy relationships, teaching how we sort of know ourselves and our emotions, that's what's so important to ending violence. So I want to thank you all again for your persistence and your work, and I'm looking for the work ahead. I'm looking forward to working with the Attorney General again for many years to come, because this is so important, this issue. And we've got great champions right here in the Zoom meeting, and our numbers have increased, I see, and it's just, I'm so excited. So thank you all, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to be with you all. And so from my bottom of my heart, you filled me tonight, and I thank you.
Rise for Youth stands for Reinvest in Supporting Environments. Rise for Youth works to educate and create opportunities for leadership, development, and employment opportunities for youth with and without lived experiences within the juvenile justice system. At Rise, they never waver on the commitment to dismantling youth injustice within systems as they exist, and building a system of rehabilitation and restoration for youth who find themselves in trouble. They are committed to co-leading this movement with young people and community members with lived experiences. The year 2020 has been a true test of strength and commitment in both our work and our values. The pandemic did not create the problems that we see today in food insecurity, unemployment, underemployment, housing insecurity, or the struggles to ensure that utility bills are paid. The pandemic simply increased the visibility of these issues and those impacted by them. Rise for Youth has continued to elevate the issues, but also meet the needs. They've provided immune system booster kits to ensure families in the communities they serve have access to healthy foods that promote respiratory health. Their COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund assists youth and families experiencing immediate financial crises, and they continue meeting with their young people virtually to maintain connectedness. Rise for Youth was also excited to have hosted both a virtual Justice for Youth parade and a small in-person parade organized and led completely by their youth leaders. Their youth leaders have stepped into leadership roles and the organization by sitting on the advisory council, presenting to other organizations and policymakers on the need for change, debating the issues, and deepening their understanding of stances we take and helping to shape the RISE policy platform. If you would like to support RISE for youth's work, you can donate at the link in the chat and learn more about Rise for Youth at the website riseforyouth.org.
Hey everybody. Song envisions a sustainable New South that embodies the best of its freedom traditions and works toward the transformation of our economic, social, spiritual, and political relationships. I'm Rebecca Keel, our Virginia statewide organizer, and I've actually been a member of Song since 2011. Currently, our work in Virginia is focused on base building and political education, supporting the Free Them All demand, and people who are in reentry. We currently have a fundraiser for Miss Nicole Banks, a Black elder in Charlottesville, to help her pay down her court fines and fees. Finally, this year's song opened up our sister organization, Song Power, where we can call elected officials who want our destruction out by name. This year, we took on fights in South Carolina and in Georgia we won. To learn more about those fights, check out unleashpower.org. Thank you so much for your generosity, and all power to the people.